Staph infections are common among kids and young adults, especially those living in close quarters or maybe playing sports together. Usually the illness is mild, but some staph infections, like Mrsa, send hundreds of thousands of people to hospitals every year. Joining us now with tips to prevent it is Dr. Shannon Cohen from Children's Hospital. We hear Mrsa and automatically we think, oh goodness, is that cut on our finger going to turn into that if we go to the gym or something? But it takes more than that.
Yeah, so Mrsa is a resistant staph infection, and what makes it different from other staph infections is that it's resistant to many antibiotics, including penicillin.
Oh goodness, that's what makes it scary. Let's explain to everybody how Mrsa spreads.
So it spreads by contact with contaminated surfaces. So if you touch somebody's skin who has an open wound that is infected, you could get it. Sports equipment, sharing razors, soaps, things like that, you can become exposed to it.
So obviously you don't want to do any of those things as well. Let's talk about the signs and symptoms to look for as a parent.
Typically, it progresses much more rapidly than a standard staph infection, meaning it gets worse more quickly. Often the child will have fever and the area will become red, swollen, hard, painful. It can even develop a pus pocket.
Oh goodness. Well. Are there any particular parts of the body where this is more common?
So no, it can actually start anywhere that you have an open break in the skin and allow the bacteria to enter and set up an infection. But what we worry about is spreading to other parts of the body from there, getting into your bloodstream, your lungs, your joints, your bones, and those can be complications from the infection.
Those could be dire complications, right? I mean, it can lead to sepsis.
Right, and you could have to go in the hospital and get IV antibiotics.
Okay, so here's the big question. How can we prevent this and still let our kids play sports and do all those other things? They're going to get injured. They're going to have cuts and bruises and that kind of thing. What can we do to prevent this?
So, of course, always good hand washing, water and warm water, soap is best. If you don't have that available to you, hand sanitizer. And then also disinfecting those sporting equipments after they've been used and shared, and asking the kids, try not to share sporting equipments, razors, soap, things like that could be contaminated.
I guess one silver lining to the pandemic, we're accustomed to wiping things down and using a lot of hand sanitizer. Maybe that will continue, hopefully.
It has improved, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, doctor. Good to see you. And do you have a question about your child's health you'd like for us to get answered for you? Email me at ltucker@wate.com, and then tune in to Channel 6 every Thursday right here at 4 to see if we answer your question on the air.